My name is Johnny Utah. I was an FBI agent, but now that life is behind me. Chasing down crooks is a thing of the past. I've laid my badge down. Now I'm just a private eye, working the shadows and picking up the pieces the cops leave behind. This city, with its grimy streets and dark alleyways, had been my home for too many years, and every inch of it had left its mark on me. I was an agent, though sometimes it felt like I was just a janitor, cleaning up the mess the city spills on its streets. I've spent my life knee-deep in its filth, dealing with the worst thugs and criminals it has to offer. Murderers, thieves, con artists, you name it, I've seen it, each one more desperate and depraved from the last. I've seen things that would make a lesser man crumble. Bodies left in alleys like discarded trash. Families torn apart by greed and violence. Innocent lives shattered by the whims of those who think they're above the law. My door creaked open, and in walked this thing that looked like a kitchen sponge, although he was bright and yellow and porous like a sea sponge. His eyes were large and round and took up a significant portion of his face. His big grin showed off his big front 2 teeth. And he wore no pants.
Detective Utah?
That's my name. What can I do for you, kid?
My name is Sponge, and my best friend Pat is missing. I need your help to find him.
Sponge? What kind of name is that?
I'm a sponge.
That actually made sense. Alright, Sponge. When did you last see Pat?
We were playing video games the other day, and then Pat had to go to the bathroom. He was taking a long time, so I went to check on him. But the bathroom was empty. I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find him. That was 3 days ago, but still no signs of Pat. It's just not like him to disappear.
Do you know if Pat had any enemies, like anyone who wants to harm him?
No, Pat is the nicest person I know. Everyone likes him. Please, Detective Utah, you have to find him.
I'll find him, kid. I promise. My first stop was the local watering hole. It's a cesspool of human depravity. The floor is sticky with spilled booze and God knows what else, and the air is thick with the stench of sweat and cheap cigarettes. The patrons are a who's who of the city's underbelly. Criminals, hustlers, cutthroats, all nursing their drinks and eyeing each other with suspicion. It's the kind of place where a friendly smile is just a prelude to a knife in your back. I needed some intel, and this was just the place to start. Unfortunately, there was a more urgent matter. I need to use the head. The bathroom there is an absolute horror show. It's a place where only the truly desperate dare to venture. The dim lights cast eerie shadows over the graffiti-covered walls. The floor is a grimy mosaic of cracked tiles, sticky with spilled drinks and substances better left unnamed. The stench of urine and mold assaults your senses the moment you push open the door.
What do you have?
Pumpkin spice latte. 8 shots of espresso served in a Kirby cup.
Oh, hey there, Officer Utah. Sit down. What's your whistle?
Hi, Lucy.
Any news about Pat?
She already knows about Pat. Seems a little sus. Oh, you know about Pat.
News travels fast in this town, and don't you know it, I'm a news lady.
This is why I came to her, after all.
Pumpkin spice latte. 8 shots of espresso. Kirby cup.
Well, I don't have any updates yet, but I will find him, which is why I'm here. Can you tell me anything unusual that might have happened? Did Pat mention anyone new he was hanging out with? Did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
Well, now that you mention it, he has been hanging out with a new friend lately. Ironically, his name was Edgy.
It's really edgy? Well, what is it?
Nope, that's his name. It's Edgy. Pat seemed excited to have a new friend.
Well, what did this edgy fellow look like?
He's a crazy little blue guy with a big tongue.
Unfortunately, that doesn't narrow it down much in this town. Is there anything else you can tell me about him?
He was hanging out in the bad part of town. You know Pecos and Grande.
Pecos and Grande. Not what I wanted to hear. Well, thanks for the intel, Lucy.
Good luck in your investigation, and don't be a stranger now.
The truth is, this city is a beast that devours the weak and corrupts the strong. Every day I stare into its maw, trying to pull out some semblance of justice. It's a thankless job, but someone's gotta do it. Someone's gotta be willing to wade through the muck, to look the devil in the eye and not blink. Pecos and Grande is the kind of intersection where hope goes to die. This part of town is a breeding ground for trouble, where the desperate and dangerous converge. The locals keep to themselves, eyes downcast, and anyone with the sense knows to steer clear after dark. It's a no man's land where the law holds no sway, and survival is the only rule that matters.
Hey, who's this guy?
He ain't from around here.
Hey, you come here.
I'm looking for someone named Edgy. Okay, I know. This is where you tell me about how locals rule and yuppie insects like me shouldn't be surfing the break and all that, right?
Nope.
That would be a waste of time.
We're just gonna mess you up.
Oh. Whoa!
Get this guy off of me!
Oh, bro, I'm dead.
What the hell? Don't stop that! Okay, get off of him! You guys are useless! You haven't seen the last of us, monkey man! Get up, let's get out of here!
Messed up. Most non-heinous.
Boss is not gonna be happy.
You got that right. I don't want to tell him.
Well, somebody's gotta tell him.
Hey, let's get the new guy to tell him.
Hey, Faz, you're gonna tell the boss what happened.
Fine, I'll tell him. What's the worst that could happen? Hi, Edgy.
Come in, Faz. Let's talk.
Okay.
What news do you have for me?
Well, things didn't go quite as planned. This monkey came out of nowhere and beat us all up, and Utah got away.
Okay.
You're not mad?
I am disappointed, Faz. And if there is one thing I don't like, it is to be disappointed.
I know, sir, and believe me, it will never happen again.
You're right about that.